Another Sunday, another 20-year-old Palm factory sealed to unbox. We might as well just start calling this Palm Sunday. Get it? Only the best sacrilege on Steve Licious Tech. This week, the Palm IIIc. February 2000, $449 would have gotten you. This bad boy here with 8 megs of memory on board and a crystal clear color display says it right there. And you can see, look at that. It's a holographic little eye puzzle there on the box there. As you can see it changing. What is that? I guess a hologram, right? A little holographic image on there. As you can see the boat, so you can see your pictures that you take or that you put on your Palm IIIc that you can see in full color, and then go back to the color menu. So this would have included Palm OS 3.5, which would support color natively. There was also a way to update this, I believe, to Palm OS 4.1. I'm curious to see. I saw some of these at the time. This is another one that I've always wanted that I never got. At the time, I remember seeing the screens and not being overly impressed by it. Not the sharpest, not the best color, a little washed out. It is a TFT display, but I just remember being a little underwhelmed. Now, it's February 2000, got to be fair, and I want to compare it to the Sony Clie devices, which came out a little bit later, but then again, 2 years later, which while it's hard to tell on camera, but the brightness is actually quite dim. The definition is quite good on it, but the brightness just doesn't keep up with today's displays. And sure, this is like 320 by 240 or something like that. So we're not talking HD by any means, but I am curious to see how this one holds up and if it was not as great as I remember. But let's go ahead and read this off. Minutes a day, keep your rechargeable battery at full power, just a minutes a day in the charger. Always in sync, backup, update, exchange information. Application-rich environment, they certainly got that right. There's no lack of Palm OS, and certainly now with abandonware, there's no lack of software for this bad boy. Let's see if we go down see if we can do this without breaking too much. Size and weight, backlit, color, TFT display, infrared, 10,000 addresses now with that 8 megabytes, 5 years of appointments, 3,000 to-do items, 3,000 memos, 400 email messages with just the first line of text or the subject or something like that, desktop import, text files, which is quite good, and CSV for your Excel files. Drag and drop links, Microsoft Word and Excel, that's good. Palm software, as we said, 3.5. Needed an IBM compatible PC, a 486. You needed screaming power for this guy. Not even a Pentium, that's good. Windows 9, 95, 98, NT 4.0. One available serial port for the connector for the cradle. CD-ROM to run the software CD-ROM. And then you need that Palm Connect USB kit, which was disappointing back then. You had to spend extra money if you wanted to use this on your Mac. Connected organizer, hot sink cradle, metal stylus, which was good, actually. I like using that on the Palm devices when they give you the metal stylus. Lithium-ion rechargeable battery. So we're going to see how this one held up. Because believe it or not, after charging it and getting it through a couple cycles, the Palm 5 from roughly the same time period, the lithium-ion was just fine. It's working great. It's working almost like brand new. So I wonder if sitting in the box, not being used, is so much better. I mean, it's certainly better than being used and going through cycles. But the sitting, fully discharged, didn't seem to hinder it or hurt it that much. Everything is included. Connect to go organizer, all the rest of it. And then you got the brightness, power and brightness, hot sink cradle, memo pad, all the stuff that you'd imagine. This is basically a Palm 3 body that they kind of retrofit for a color display. We'll compare it to I think we got our Palm 3. Yeah, we got our Palm 3 nearby, so we'll compare it in size and structure. But let's go ahead, open this bad boy up. Another one, 20 years, completely undercover. Now, we get to see it for the first time, that 20-year-old Air. And someone did comment last time when I mentioned this. There is a certain smell to late 90s, early 2000s electronics and unboxings that you don't quite get today. So that seal in there certainly has its own aroma. Let's go ahead and pull this out. Now I'm hoping we've had good luck with this from eBay. We haven't really been scammed, which is quite good. But it is possible to reseal these. But we're gonna find that out in a moment. All right, let's open it up. See what we got. That's really cool that they put that on the front. That little holographic picture there. All right, here we go. What do we got? Yeah, that's it. That's the stuff. That's how you know you got an official one. that's been sealed in the box for 20 years. I wonder if that means 2001. It's probably a little bit later, but we're going to go with 20 years for this one. Well, it's still over 20 years. Get Started Guide. When you used to get stuff again. Such great stuff. We did have that member video. If you're not yet a member of the channel, go ahead and consider that. You get to see all the cool extended Palm stuff. We went through the entire catalog of accessories last time on the member video. Handbook for the Palm IIIc organizer. This is the oh no, the CD isn't in this one. Accessories for the Palm. We'll go ahead and go through that, I'm sure, again this week. Really cool stuff to see all the old accessories. Here's your cradle. Okay, which would have been, this would have used the 3 connector as well, so nothing really different there. Then, of course, you got the serial port here. Does it include the the parallel adapter, just in case you don't have the serial port or the free serial port. You could go ahead and use the parallel port. We got the big rechargeable adapter here. This is what we're going to plug in to recharge this battery. And then we got the main event, which is the Palm itself. No case this time, no little leather pouch. So by 2000, maybe they had done away with that. Ah, okay. So the flip cover that you used to get with the Palm III. So we're going to get out our Palm III here and do a little comparison. So here's the Palm III XE. A little bit taller, as you can see here. But I think that was to allow for more at the bottom of the screen. There was just more stuff going on with this one. Back's relatively similar. Of course, no battery door because this is the lithium ion is inside. Not connected, not protected there. The port. Metal stylus. Yep, there it is. Nice, hardy. That's great. You get that on the 7, the Palm 7 as well, and that's been a joy to use. Whereas this one was all, this one was all plastic on the 3 XE. But that I love that big metal stylus, robust, meaty stylus that you got like this with this for your $449 that you also got on the Palm 7. So let's go ahead and flip this guy open. I like the protector, by the way. I really like that. I wish more of them had that. The 3 Series had it. And you don't need a case. You don't feel like you need a case. You could bring this out and not have to worry too much about it. And there it is. Still on the screen. Oh, yeah. Look at that. Darked out, of course, because it's color. Power button, nothing doing. So we're going to do, you know what we do? The magic of television is going to be just a mere moment for you, but this is going to be on the charger for quite a bit, as the Palm 5 needed quite a long time, a little bit of charge, in order to get something back in those batteries and show life. And they want you to charge it all the way. I didn't know there was a little LED, or that might be part of the infrared system up there. Or a little LED, perhaps. Well, we're going to go charge it up, and we're going to see what we got right after this. Okay, so as lucky as we had been getting with the Palm devices, and like the Palm 3 lithium-ion, or Palm 5 rather, lithium-ion battery that had survived the test of time over 20 years. This one did not. So I left it on the charger all night. That's actually a battery power indicator LED. So what happens is it starts to take a charge, and then it just stops. And I have to imagine that's the battery telling it that it's either fully charged or just not working properly. So it'll go on and off, but it won't quite take a charge. Left it on all night, to no avail. We're not going to, I'm going to order a replacement because they're like $3 at this point. Replacement battery, open it up. That'll be one of the member videos or something like that. And then we'll come back and look at this one even more. Yeah, the screen, like I said, not as impressive. It's kind of what I remember in terms of being not that great. You can actually sit there and count the pixels if you want. But it's still cool. It gets a little bit brighter than I thought. You go ahead and hold that down. You hold the power button down, and you get the brightness slider. And you can turn it all the way up. And it gets relatively, for the time, it gets fairly bright, which is quite nice. And the color's good. And it's like the pen's fantastic metal pen. And the build of it, a little hefty, gets a little weight to it. Love the fact that the cover's on it. But it's just cool to see the native color in Palm OS 3.5. You could see it there. I can't take it off the charger. It'll instantly die. But it is quite a nice device. It is in good shape. It was brand new. It's just the battery sometimes, they just don't survive. And I was really shocked when my Palm 5 battery actually wound up surviving. So this one, not quite. But it is still cool to have it unboxed, have it on. You go through the different things. Got your date book in color. Look at the blue there. That's fantastic. Then you've got your calculator in sort of, not really color. They never they never optimized that one for that. Let's see if we can go ahead. Expense. Yeah, expense is the blue there at the top. So it is cool to see the very first color one. And 2000, that was a big deal. February 2000. That's something where you're barely coming off of, you certainly don't have color on your phones for the most part. And it's not something that is commonplace. It's certainly not for PDAs at that point. So it's really cool to see the first one from Palm, the Palm IIIc color, $449 back in February of 2000. Overall, really neat device. Extra heft, you got to use the connectors, I'm pretty sure, from the Palm 3, so you got to use your accessories on there as well. The different kind of language here, you see the blacked out, and then you see the black screen when you go ahead and turn it off for the color. LCD panel, love the brightness, love the feel of it. Overall, a neat device. We're going to go ahead and replace the battery on this and then see what we can get. We'll probably do another video on this at some point because people like seeing the old Palm stuff, and I love unboxing it. It's just a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun to see where we came from. You know, devices that we have now that we don't even think about that have these fantastic displays, and even little itty bitty things like on your wrist that have these wonderful displays, and all the stuff that we have for note taking and keeping and appointment keeping and all the information at our fingertip that we have. And to know that it evolved from stuff like this. You know, this was really one of the first big leaps of personal. We moved from those personal organizer things to stuff like this that was fully capable of email and expense reports and memos and all the rest of it, and all the rich app ecosystem that Palm OS had. But just, I love going back and looking at these. So another cool Palm on another Sunday. If you've made it this far, like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Remember, Long Island Watch, longislandwatch.com. Link will be in the description. Mark has some cool new stuff to take a look at. Until next time, have that Steve-licious day.